Hello and welcome to A Better Morning. I'm Heather Klein. We debate the trending topics in sports from a sports betting point of view. Let's welcome today's panel. The fantasy executive, Corey Parson. Lead NFL analyst of Fantasy Alarm, Andrew Coop Cooper. Host of Her Story in the Making and co-host of Lightning Round, Britt Flynn. And last but certainly not least, head of content of Fantasy Alarm and award-winning host and wonderful personality on SiriusXM, Fantasy Sports Radio, Howard Bender. Hello, everyone. Greetings and salutations.
Hello. Another beautiful morning, and the light and the Lord are already shining on our beautiful Corey Parson and his Michael Jordan poster. Glorious. What a day.
As if we needed any more proof that he is, in fact, the GOAT.
He's an angel.
The Lord himself has blessed him.
Oh, look at you, Corey. See, all of a sudden, Corey's getting all the love. You don't see him all like, gum, 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 gum.
We're trying to butter him up early.
All right, let's get this show started. It's an interleague first place battle in the desert tonight with the Rays visiting the Diamondbacks. NL Cy Young favorite Zach Gallen is on the hill versus the team with the most wins and second most runs scored. Are you betting on Arizona at -125 or Tampa at +105? And would you put your money down for Zach Gallen to win the Cy Young at +155? All right, let's go. Howard, you are on deck, or you are up right now.
All right. Well, I'll take my time here. How do we not love Zach Gallen? I mean, forget about the Rays. How against anybody? I love Zach Gallen. Through 98 innings, the guy's got a sub-3 ERA with more than a strikeout per inning. He's cut down on the walks. He's given up fewer home runs. The ground ball rate could be a little lower, and the peripherals indicate maybe a little bit of negative regression, but not today, and definitely not at home. He's got a 1 ERA at home this season, with opponents batting .202 with a .229 OBP and a .275 slugging. The Rays are a fierce lineup, but did you know that they've also just been middle of the pack here in June? Their numbers for the month are so pedestrian at best, with a .320 WOBA and a below-average 143 ISO. As a baseball fan, I love what the Rays have done, but as a bettor, yes, I'm back in the D-backs at -125 and Gallen at the Cy Young for +155. And yes, I took 5 extra seconds.
Wow.
Don't worry about it, Howard. You well deserved of those 5 extra seconds. You did a good job in your analysis, and I agree. This is a Diamondback spot tonight. Gallen on the mound. You mentioned how electric he's been in the home ballpark, getting it done. Matter of fact, hasn't lost at home this year. The ERA of 1. Only 6 earned runs allowed all season at home. So he is in a good spot tonight. But listen, to be honest, on the Rays side, the guy they got going tonight, Taj Bradley, he's pitched well on the road this year. I think this is a low-scoring game. I will parlay the Diamondbacks money line and under 8.5 runs and consider that a winner from the fantasy executive to get your day started.
Yeah, I think the Rays may be the most complete team in the entire league, and I'm not betting against them. As surprisingly good as the Diamondbacks have been, and I really don't like saying that as a Dodgers fan, the Rays are going to take this series. And they're first in allowed runs, third in batting average, third in home runs, second in RBIs, and third in ERA. I mean, can you get any more complete than that? There's nothing that this team can't do. As far as Gallen for the Cy Young, you know that I think that Clayton Kershaw deserves the Cy Young. And at +600 odds at 35 years old, may be the most impressive thing that he has done in his entire career. He's just been pitching lights out. The Diamondbacks are going to skid down the stretch, and Kershaw is going to come back and win that Cy Young.
Dodgers fan likes Clayton Kershaw more.
Shocker.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you guys ever been to a Diamondbacks game, but home field advantage we need to take very lightly. The crowd at those games is basically whatever snowbird Blue Jays fans came down for spring training and just decided to stay because it was warm. Like, you can get tickets to 40 home games for $80. All that said, I mean, Zach Gallen 7-0 playing in front of, whatever bachelor party stumbles in or whoever gets free tickets at a Circle K. So I honestly, I'm still, even then, not going to bet against Zach Gallen in this situation. Corey and Howard got it right. You bet on Gallen until he loses at home, and you just keep taking free money. And why not bet on the Cy Young too? Because he's crushing.
Yeah, I'll come back a little bit on Britt with the Clayton Kershaw homerism there. But I mean, listen, what we've seen finally through MLB is that they aren't just giving the award out to the pitcher who's got the most wins or the pitcher who pitches the best for the best team. You know, I think it was Felix Hernandez back. You know, I don't know if Britt or Coop know who Felix Hernandez is, but he was actually considered King Felix. And you know, when he won the Cy Young Award, you know, for Seattle, and he only had 13 wins on the season, we saw that it was about actual performance here. I do think that Gallen needs to shore up his abilities on the road a little bit more, but I don't think you're going to get better than plus 155 right now for him on the Cy Young Award winning. So I would put it right now and then just see how the odds shake out closer towards the second half of the season, and maybe you need a hedge.
I just want to say real quick, Howard, I love that they do that now for the awards at least, but they need to start doing that for the Hall of Fame, because the Hall of Fame voting it's basically performance art now. Right? Hall of
Fame in any sport is joke.
It's crazy.
It's all politics. It has nothing to do with anything except you got writers who are older than Corey and me combined who are still voting for these guys. So yeah, I mean, that's just that. The Hall is a complete waste of time.
Joke.
And we can go further on that with MVP voting. People last year in the NFL said that they weren't, well, even Jokic and the NBA said that they weren't voting for him because he won it 2 years in a row and they didn't want him to win again. Like, it's silly.
At some point, though, can we put, I understand where the voters are coming from with the Jokic situation. This dude is not ready to have the same amount of MVPs as Larry Bird. Let's calm down.
Yeah. And again, with Jokic, I will say this. His brand of play, he puts it in the bucket, but it's not exciting, right? Like watch highlights of Derrick Rose and then watch highlights of Jokic, and it's night and day, which is more exciting to watch.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter what's more exciting to watch. MVP stands for most valuable player. If you take that player off of that team, what does that team do? And we saw down the stretch that without Jokic, Denver Nuggets weren't the best team in the NBA. And I think that's something that was very telling going into the playoffs when everybody was kind of poo-pooing the Denver Nuggets because of Jokic's performance down the stretch. So I think, you got to take the guy who makes that team better all around.
We did it, folks. We got Howard Benner to talk basketball. Right?
during a baseball segment, so that was fabulous. Good job.
Yeah, the old baseball, basketball rug pull. We got him.
I'm feeling the vapors.
Switch, right? I think you're going to be all right, Howard.
I must.
Blacked out there. He blacked out.
No. What day is it? How many fingers am I holding up?
7.
Nice. Okay. 2023 is the year of the rookie in Major League Baseball. From Corbin Carroll and Josh Jung to the recently called up Ellie De La Cruz, Henry Davis, and Jordan Westberg. The young stars are making names for themselves. Whether you play fantasy baseball, daily fantasy sports, or betting, which rookie are you banking on the rest of the way? Corey, you are first.
Well, look at this. Major League Baseball has another crop of great rookies that they're not going to market properly, and they'll be out the news cycle by the end of the month. But what I will say is the guy, De La Cruz, is dominating the news cycle right now. I mean, not only look at what he's doing, but, he led sports. He's leading sports in almost every night. I think he's really captured not only Cincinnati, but the baseball watching part of the country as well. You know what I'm saying? That rare blend of power and speed right now with that 315 average, 3 home runs, 10 RBIs, 8 stolen bases. Real Tuesday player. And then doing it at a place in the city where they want to see some excitement. You like the guy that helps the team to rebound and stuff like that. So I think that De La Cruz has been the most exciting one. He's dominating right now, and he's getting the attention. And then we won't hear from him again after a while.
Yeah, I don't really know what I'm going to say after that. Corey took all of my top. Cruz is an astounding rookie. He's plus 600 right now, which is really crazy to me with everything that he brings to the table. Corey brought up his stats, and he's only been playing since the beginning of June. I mean, not even a full month. I would expect his Rookie of the Year odds to shift after the All-Star break as he gets more gameplay under his belt. He's one of the most athletic players, not just in baseball, but in general. And he's really helped elevate the Reds. Nobody was really talking about the Reds until Ellie started and they got on this huge win streak. Don't be surprised to see those odds get tighter between him and Corbin Carroll. I think Corbin Carroll's at a negative 425 right now. Over the All-Star break, that's going to get a lot tighter.
Yeah, I'm absolutely willing to go after rookies, especially in baseball where we have all these crazy long rosters. Every person out there has a Tim Anderson or a Jordan Kalenic that they can drop, right? So for me, I'm going for this guy, Jordan Westberg, right? Because I look at him, he played outfield in the minors. He's shortstop eligible on Yahoo. And now they're bringing him up. They say he's going to play second base, third base. In your dynasty league, you scoop that guy up. He gets all sorts of different positional eligibility, and he comes up having, like all these guys, no tape on him, right? He's not matched up with any of these pitchers for the most part. So you get a little bit of a boost this rookie year before the sophomore slump next year. So I'm grabbing that guy and hoping that I can start him at short, second, third, outfield, wherever.
So many rookies to talk about, so little time. I mean, listen, yes, Ellie De La Cruz is absolutely fantastic. The Reds on the whole are a youthful team with a lot of great rookies. Spencer Steer, Matt McClain, these guys are all involved in this also. So it's exciting to be a Reds fan right now. Corbin Carroll kind of dominating right now as far as the NL Rookie of the Year award goes. I love him. Power, speed. The Diamondbacks are playing beautifully. I love what the Reds are doing also. I'm looking at probably sprinkling a little bit of something on Jordan Walker for the Cardinals. I'm a firm believer in him. He's got a phenomenal hit tool. He might have lost a little something because they sent him down to handle the Super 2 free agency stuff. But I kind of feel like if we're watching the second half, if the Cardinals actually do start to surge again, fire Ollie Marmol, then maybe, just maybe, Jordan Walker will get a little bit longer of a look for Rookie of the Year in the NL. For now, it belongs to Corbin Carroll in the NL.
I still can't believe that Super 2 stuff is still – I really thought that the whole Chris Bryant saga was going to be the end of that. And, I mean, just the idea of sending down your best players, not keeping your best players up over some, trying to stretch out these rules and negotiate these rules. It's just ridiculous, Howard. What are your thoughts on the Super 2, man?
Well, I think Super 2 is this. I mean, listen, it's a power move for the team. It's a gain, an extra year of control over some of these young players. We've seen it all the time. Now, MLB has done what they can to try and incentivize these teams to keep their rookies up, which is why you are seeing so many rookies this year. You get an extra draft pick or you get an extra first round draft pick if your guy qualifies for Rookie of the Year. So they are starting to try and do it, but you're always going to have some of your old school GMs and presidents of baseball operations, a guy like John Mozeliak, who will turn around, he'll look at his team and see what they're doing right now and be like, you know what, I'm just going to salvage a little bit of extra time with Jordan Walker, send him down and then see what happens. Until the Cardinals get their, out of their own way, that's kind of where we're at. And I think you're going to see this with other teams as well, moving forward.
So let me ask you this. Do you think that the Rookie of the Year award is kind of similar to what we were just talking about with MVP? Like if we remove this player from this team, then that team gets worse? Or do you think like somebody on the Cardinals could actually win it? Because the Cardinals, let's face it, are a dumpster fire.
They're definitely a dumpster fire, but Jordan Walker could conceivably win Rookie of the Year if he has an outstanding second half. I mean, you have to kind of wait and see. It doesn't have anything to do with whether or not you can remove him from the team or not, because again, otherwise, what are you guys going to do with Ellie De La Cruz, Matt McClain, Andrew Abbott, Spencer Steer? These are all rookies that Ellie De La Cruz is playing with right now. And I don't think that this team has the energy that it has if it wasn't such a young-based team.
That makes sense.
All right.
Come on, Cord. Seriously, man? All right. Come on.
We were being so nice and now the shots were fired.
We were doing good. We were doing so good. We made it 15 minutes, Heather. We made it 15 minutes being nice.
Sorry, Howard.
Knew the shoe was going to drop eventually.
Right.
Where is that dollar bill that I have from Corey Parsons that I won on a bet from him?
Autographed.
It is. It's autographed, and it was on a basketball game too, which makes it even better.
Priceless.
I'll find it somewhere. Next topic.
Mets dropped another loss, 2-1 at home against the NL Central Division leaders. Look at that.
Beautiful.
Look at that.
The Milwaukee Brewers. The Metropolitans are 4th in the NL East. Do you think the Mets can turn it around in the second half of the season and make the playoffs?
I'm not first.
+310 to make the postseason and a -390 to not. Britt, you are up first.
Well, I think that this sums it up the best. On SportsCenter this morning, they had a gigantic headline calling them the New York Mess. And I don't think there's ever been a more appropriate nickname for this team. The GM himself has been a little testy during the post-game press conference. I mean, there's obvious frustration with just how bad this team has been over the past month. And he was asked how to fix their record. And he's like, well, we just win. Well, you're not winning. So what do you do? Nothing is going right for this team this month. They're ranked 29th in the league through June. That's nearly dead last, only winning 6 games. And as tight as the NL is, that's going to be a tough hole to crawl out from. You can't lose 16 games in a month span and still have postseason aspirations.
Yeah, man, I'm with you on that. I mean, I don't believe in like ghosts or Sasquatches or any of that. I'm not really superstitious, but if baseball curses are real, the Mets have it. Like maybe 1986, it rubbed off Bill Buckner when they won their last World Series, because this team perennially cursed with the injury bug. And as Howard pointed out last show, should absolutely be sellers at the deadline, right? Like Pete Alonso coming back from a wrist injury early, that screams a guy that's going to get shut down after they start selling people. So for me, I look at these odds, dude, and as you know, as Corey Parson might say, I'm not throwing away $1 chasing $3-4 betting on the Mets.
I almost want to cede my time to hear Corey, come back and Coop for that impression. But you know what? I'll be quick here. I'll take my time. Mets suck. The Mets absolutely suck right now. And you know what? And it couldn't happen to a better fan base either. This fan base is always annoying. They start off that this team is the greatest. Listen, there's 3 guys on this roster that are hitting better than 250 right now. They're just atrocious. They really are. They're making mental mistakes. They're making bad decisions. They're hacking away at the plate. They're just that, Buck Showalter is kind of, struggling to manage this club here. No Verlander, no Scherzer. Neither one of these guys are really pitching to what they should be doing. I'm done with the Mets, and I'm happy about it. Take them away.
Yeah, now I've done some good work. I've done some award-winning work making fun of the New York Mets and their fan base. It's actually one of my favorite things to do. But listen to the question. The question is, are the Mets going to come from 8 games under 500 to make the playoffs? Normally, the Mets are 18 games over 500 and don't make the playoffs. They collapse at the end, not come back and win. Listen, the fan base is one of the most passionate, beloved fan bases of all the sports. It gets to the point to where you hate making fun of them. But they go out and they get the new ownership and they're feeling optimistic and they sign all of these big stars, and yet they still can't keep them healthy. They still share the back page. Don't even share the back. They share the back page with the Liberty now. So, yeah, it's just nothing. It's just more New York Mets. Think about it. The 2 times the Mets have won the World Series, it's been a miracle and it's been amazing. And, we can go to the 4 box now. Coop, your boy, that was a pretty good Tennessee exec impersonation, but Justin Fensterman is still the king of the Corey Parson impersonation.
Yeah, he's the best. Yeah, he's got it on lock. That was my impersonation of Justin Fensterman doing Corey Parson.
There you go.
Ooh, very meta, an impression of an impression.
Yeah, that was a deep cut. And I will say, it's like you do feel bad about some of these teams, especially with the passionate fan bases, except for the Mets and the Jets. Sorry, Howard, but it's just those 2 fan bases. You live in the greatest city in the world, and it's just year after year disappointment. I will never, ever get tired of making fun of those two fan bases.
I think the Jets fans are definitely less I don't know, less gullible than
more realistic.
I think
they're
more
Mets
realistic.
Fans
Definitely, they genuinely believe they have a chance. Jets fans, we know we never have a chance every single year. Doesn't matter who our team is, but Mets fans. And I'll tell you what, Corey, I need to do a show, you, me, one-on-one, and we just troll in the guests, Ronis, Fensterman, Anthony Aniano. Let's just Scott. I think Scott Engel's a Mets fan too. Let's just parade in all of these pathetic Mets fans who sit there and spend all of their time trolling Yankees fans in week 1 of the MLB season. Let's line them up here and knock them down. You and me, Corey, old timers here.
It'd be pretty good.
I tune in.
It would be award winning, wouldn't it?
Who would get the award, though?
I feel like we could share it, man. I think like
so, Howard. I feel pretty good about that.
Way to be democratic, Howard. Look at you. You share the award. Look at you taking the high road. Classy guy.
I try. I feel bad for Corey. That's it. He's not as handsome as I am. He's not as funny as I am.
Exactly.
What took you guys are finally friends when you decide to make fun of an entire fan base of
exactly. That's
and then you can be nice to each other, right?
The enemy of my enemy is my friend. That's where the Corey Parson Howard Bettor team up happens.
Love it, guys. Love it. Okay, as we gear up towards the fantasy football season, we are going to start breaking down the divisional odds. Today, we're going to look at the NFC North. Last season, the Vikings ran away with the divisional title as the Lions and Packers failed to make the playoffs in their last game of the season. Who do you have to win the NFC North this upcoming season? We will start with Coop.
Football, baby. Let's go. So I look at this division and I do not see a Super Bowl contender here at all in the whole division. And I don't think it's that far off between the teams. If I'm going to bet the favorite for one of these, I need them to be the flat out favorite. I need to be confident in that squad. So I'm not laying the Lions at plus 145. They say they're building a winning culture over there. Well, at some point they need to actually start winning, right? They have all these guys suspended for gambling. They didn't do enough on defense for me. I'm out on them. The Vikings are bleeding stars, both on offense and defense. They lost 2 guys on offense, obviously, in Thielen and Dalvin Cook, but lost 4 guys on defense. And the Packers are playing with a bunch of young bucks. So I'm going to throw money at anyone. I might as well throw it on the Bears. They said that the Bengals defense wasn't good enough. They said that Joe Burrow was too young. And what happened? They went to the Super Bowl. I don't think this team's going to the Super Bowl, but at plus 420, give me that.
I think I'm gonna agree with Jared Moore in our chat right now. I think everybody's in on the Lions, and it's the trendy pick to make. But yeah, until you show me some from these other teams that they can actually do something, I'll just stick with the favorite or the last year's darlings, and that was the Vikings. Maybe they didn't do enough on defense to kind of fix the issues that they have. But I mean, listen, this is still a strong offensive unit. Kevin O'Connell has them playing good ball. They can have their high scoring games and go back and forth here. But yeah, again, the Lions haven't proven anything. The Bears have a lot of work that they need to show that they're doing. And the Packers, well, go check my my YouTube short on what I think of the Packers.
So this is the part where I come in right here and I tell the truth and I give everybody the winner. The Green Bay Packers are going to win this division. The Green Bay Packers are going to be the champions of the NFC North this year. Listen, losing Aaron Rodgers was addition by subtraction. Now Matt LaFleur gets to coach the team and not worry about Aaron Rodgers and his attitude and all of these things that go on with Aaron Rodgers. We've seen it for years now. That's the Jets' issue. I guarantee you Jordan Love is better than a lot of people think he is. The Lions, fugazi. Here's the thing with the Bears. A lot of people want the Bears to take the next step. I want Beyonce Knowles in my DM. Just because you want it don't mean it's going to happen. The truth of the matter is this. Justin Fields is the Bears quarterback. They're not winning a division. Trust me.
Yeah, I think that the Bears have a lot that they didn't address in the offseason and that they're going to be markedly improved, but I don't think they're winning. As much as I want to say that the Lions will win, Frank Ragnow's injury is really concerning, and we're not focusing on that enough. It's actually come out that it's inoperable turf toe after years of multiple plantar plate tears in his left foot. And as a center, when it's your job to plant on that foot, that's going to be really hard for that line, and that's a big loss. I think that I would place my money on the Vikings in spite of their poor defense. We saw last year they won 13 games. Even though they were very close games, they had the offensive firepower to come back and actually win. I don't really have faith in the Bears offensive line. I don't have faith in Jordan Love. And I sure don't have faith in a team with no center in the Lions.
Hey, Brian Flores is the Vikings DC this year.
Mm-hmm.
So that gives me a little bit of optimism. But I assure you, I think that the Vikings are in tank mode this year. I think they're going to be in the Caleb Williams sweepstakes. As far as the Lions go, I'm just not buying the whole. I don't like the trendy team, and I don't like the Dan Campbell. Oh man, this is going to be great. I'm not. Listen, Howard. It's the Packers, bro. Get involved. It's the Packers. Dude, it is the Packers.
When you wake and bake, is it sativa or is it indica?
No.
I gotta be honest with you, man.
That's not till after I get off.
It's all love. It's all love.
Listen, we have no idea what kind of a coach LaFleur is or what his system really does because Aaron Rodgers changed so much of it at the line. So we still need to see that. You've got an unproven Love. You got two very young wide receivers. You've got a tight end room that I could have given birth to. They're so young and little. So I can't subscribe to the Packers right now because I don't even know what their identity is. And that's a problem in the NFL.
Run the football.
You think
they're going to run into the next century? I mean,
running is the luxury of the winning team. Like you still need to have the rest of the offense. You can't just run it. And then if you could just run it every play, then every loser coach that said they're going to do that would win. Like Mike McCarthy,
Super Bowl favorites right now, if that was the case.
Kevin Stefanski, right? And I will say with Britt's bet, if you want to get the most bang for your buck in terms of excitement, then pick the Vikings because nobody digs a deeper hole than Kirk Cousins and lets Justin Jefferson drag him out of it. Like it is, you will be riding the roller coaster, Britt. So I hope you're ready for that.
No, honestly, and that's kind of been the entire career of Kirk Cousins. You see him go in and go down and throw 3 interceptions before half and then come back and win. And I mean, it's not pretty, but somehow they get it done.
I've seen that dude take a knee when he was supposed to spike it before half. That's the kind of quarterback you're talking about.
I mean, listen, he's not my favorite. I don't think he's the best by any means, but they find a way to win in Kevin O'Connell's offense, and they have pieces. They have way more offensive pieces than anybody else in this division.
They're not going to find a way to win this year.
By the way, Corey, I just got a DM from Beyonce. She says she's got you.
Fugazi.
How come she sent it to you?
The word of the day is fugazi. Enjoy that.
All right, guys, that was today's edition of A Better Morning. Thank you to Corey, Howard, Britt, and Coop. Check out the 5-pack with Kyle Elfrink at noon Eastern. Also, if you missed Monday Night Rants with Edward Rouse or any of our BSN content, check it out on demand at bettersports.com or on our YouTube page. We wish everyone a better day. Have a good one.